Ares! Destroy my enemies, and my life is yours.
That video right there is a video that has given me a headache in the last couple of days. You know, I've been playing Cyberpunk 2077 for the first time, and as I was playing this, I have it on my channel if you want to check that out. Really good game. As I was playing, something dawned on me. My boy, Kratos, one of the greatest characters ever in gaming history, is a coward. And to some extent, a hypocrite. Now, you might be wondering, like, whoa, bro, what are you talking about? Kratos, the guy who beat the whole of Olympus, destroyed everyone in the Norse mythology, faced death multiple times, countless outrageous beasts. That guy's a coward? Yeah. Give me a couple seconds and let me explain. To unravel this thing that really, I just don't want to believe it, we have to peel back the layers, right? So first, Kratos is a Spartan. Then he's a demigod. Then he became a god. And yeah, he literally stayed there, right? So let's begin with Spartan Kratos. We've all heard of the Spartan society, how brutal they are. They weed out the weak, they throw babies off cliffs, crippled babies. Basically, they make sure that their society is the strongest it could be. They ruthlessly weed out weakness. Kratos was brought up in the society. He was trained in the ways of the Spartan. Young men and women bred for war, and they were really good at it. Kratos quickly rose up in his ranks. He understood the code. In God of War 2018, Kratos talks about the story of Atreus, right? A guy who was always cheerful, even in the darkest times when the battle was gritty and nasty and they thought they were going to lose. Atreus was there, and when the day came, Atreus gave up his life to save his comrades. He blocked the path, gave them enough time to escape. And that is awesome. So awesome that he named his son after that guy, right? The Spartan guy. He was like the epitome of what Spartans could be. He himself confessed that he was unique. Atreus was unique. He was like a gem out of the Spartans. That behavior, that warrior spirit, whatever he embodied was what every Spartan should look up to, right? So what happens? Kratos grows up, goes on countless battles, beats many people, knocks their teeth out ruthlessly, beat and did whatever, man. He defeated thousands and thousands of armies. Then when the day came, Kratos met his match in the barbarian. The barbarians wrecked the Spartans. They beat them to a pulp. Everybody was dead. There lay young Kratos, right at the edge of defeat, the barbarians' hammer in the sky. What do you expect? You expect Kratos, the Spartan, born and bred with principles of honor and all that, would have taken the L, get smashed, and died. Because that was what he lived for. He would have respected the barbarian, like, you know what? GG, man. Great battle. You beat my people. I've won 1,000 times. I just lost once. Yeah, like, yeah, you won. Kill me now. That is what most Spartans, the Spartan people, would be expecting Kratos to do. You go to battle, you fight, you lose fair and square. The barbarians didn't cheat. They beat them fair and square. Kratos should have settled his fate and died, right? But he didn't. That in itself is cowardice and also hypocritical, because he has done it to multiple people and even said they should die with dignity and honor and all that in the games. It's just like a voiceover. But as a Spartan, that will be almost punishable by death. Spartan cannot beg and cower at the hands of death, especially a captain, a leader, Kratos, in that instance alone, was a coward and a hypocrite, right? But that's not what bugs me. Everybody is afraid of death. Look, people talk about they'll be brave or do that. No, nobody knows how they will feel or how they will react in the face of death. So, yeah, maybe Kratos was scared. He's human, man. But no, that's not what makes it worse. What makes it worse is that Kratos is a bully too. Now, this is why I'm torn. Kratos is a Spartan, yes, but remind you, Kratos is a demigod. Kratos had never fought an opponent he knew he couldn't beat. Kratos has always fought people he could beat. And you might argue, I mean, he didn't know he could beat Olympus, or he had to go find Pandora's box and all that. Yes, but he knew there was a way to beat them. And you can't blame Kratos for finding a way to beat his enemies. Good. But Kratos never took up a battle knowing that there's absolutely no way I can beat this guy. Not necessarily asking him to go into a battle where he knows it's unwinnable, but Kratos always knew he could beat his opponent whenever he met them. And there is what bugs me. Growing up through the Spartan ranks, Kratos was a demigod. He was stronger than any human, so it was easy for him to climb up the ladder, per se, become captain and all that. He was strong. He beat everybody and he knew it. He knew he was strong. He knew he could take them on. Every single opponent that Kratos has faced got wrecked, and Kratos knew he could wreck them. He knew he had the power of hope. He knew he had Pandora's box to go kill Ares. He knew all the abilities he has to beat all those monsters. But the people on the other side never did that. Hermes, poor old Hermes, didn't know he could beat Kratos, but he stood for Olympus. Yes, they were corrupted and all. Hermes knew he didn't have a chance, but he still fought Kratos and died. Didn't beg, didn't cry out to Zeus, Zeus, help me, I fought for you and I'm dying. So no, he didn't make a deal. But Kratos did. When someone actually matched him strength for strength, no cheating, no nothing, Kratos begged and wanted a deal out. He didn't do it for his family, not because his wife and kids are home. He wants to go back to them. Maybe his life flashed before his eyes and he wanted to go back. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being such a egg and trying to fight, and now I'm about to die. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do it over again. No, that's not why Kratos made the deal. Kratos made a deal because he was scared of losing, which makes it worse. It makes Kratos' story terrible. My boy, my beloved character Kratos is an itch. The one that starts with B. He did it just to live another day so that he just wouldn't lose. But you've been doing this same thing to everybody else. Kratos fought countless people, countless men and women, sometimes humans who fought him with their bare hands, who even nearly won. Kratos beat these people and they never begged. They never made a deal. Kratos, the guy who was a demigod, smashing through everybody like a wave, cutting through Olympians and monsters and humans and everything, begged when someone finally beat him fair and square. That is the definition of a coward. A coward is someone who actually cowers in the face of genuine and rightful defeat. The barbarian beat Kratos fair and square, and my guy made a deal and cheated him and cut off his head. And That is really messed up, man. Kratos, my boy, was a coward. Even in the Norse games, Kratos never met an opponent he couldn't beat. Kratos always knows he can beat your ass. People talk about Baldur, and Baldur got killed by Kratos the very first day he met him. It's just Baldur had a gimmick of coming back alive every time, but Kratos beat him. He took care of Baldur. Him coming back alive doesn't change the fact that Kratos whooped his ass and made it permanent when the time came. Kratos beat Thor fair and square. It wasn't even a battle. Kratos didn't really fight Thor. He didn't really go at it. They never really fought. Kratos never really unleashed his full might on Thor. And Kratos always fought people he could beat. So this day, Kratos hasn't fought one single opponent that he knows he can beat or he feels is kind of equal. Everybody he has faced throughout the timeline has been people he knew he could beat because he was a demigod, because he gained the powers of a god, because he had the power of hope. He just knew he could beat them. But in contrast, everybody else who faced Kratos came fair and square. They never begged like Kratos did. They never made a deal to escape their fate. They understood what the art of combat is. You come to fight, you lose, you accept your fate and die. My boy did it. So that makes our boy a coward. It makes him a coward. A coward chooses his fights and beats them. And when he gets the same treatment, he makes a deal. Yeah, that sucks. Maybe I've overlooked something, right? Maybe there's something somewhere that I've just overlooked that explains why Kratos is not a coward. But I don't think there's 80. Everything points to our guy being a flat track bully. When his time came to accept defeat, he just didn't. Because he's a coward. But to play devil's advocate, I think one thing that could counter all this is the curse. Kratos' life, his father's life, Kronos' life, everybody who walks into Kratos' life is being affected by the curse. If you want to find out what the curse is in detail, I've made a video about it up here somewhere. But Kratos' life is being driven by the ultimate curse, a curse that has been on him and his father and his father's father from the very beginning of creation. And because of that, you can say his actions are not his. This curse finds a way to make itself fulfill itself. Like it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Whatever you do, whatever you go, whatever happens, this curse will try and make itself work. And you could argue that that is what made Kratos not accept his death. Because with his death, the curse of killing his father wouldn't have happened. That is the only way that puts me at rest. That my guy made that decision because the curse was at work. He had to do it. So at the fulfillment of him killing his father would happen. That curse is a powerful curse. You really need to check out that video up here. And that's the only way I can say that, yes, what he did was cowardly and hypocritical, but the curse made him do it. But if you look at it without that in context, my guy is a coward, man. Until one day he fights someone who was equally strong and he accepts defeat. That is where I know my boy is a brave ass boy and he is Kratos. Or it's just bad writing and I've just found a loophole in the story. Okay? But all that talk of death will earn me when it earns me, or death can have me when it earns me, it's all crap, man. Death earned you. You just cheated. Yeah. Let me know what you think about all this. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. If there's something you can reference to prove that it's not I will read every single one of them, okay? So let me know what you think in the comments, and if you like this, leave a like, hit a subscribe button, smash it, join my channel. It makes everything better, right? It makes the channel bigger so we can talk about more God of War stuff and other games too. I'm also playing Cyberpunk 2077. I'll really appreciate it if you could go check it out up here and leave a like and hit a subscribe button so we can go on this wonderful journey of gaming and God of War. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.